Hey guys, welcome back here to today's edition of Advanced Bass Fishing, and appreciate you guys coming by the channel to watch today's video. And guys, I'm going to show you a bait today that you probably have never fished before, but you need to fish it under certain situations. And that's this big honkin' Keitech, 7-inch long Keitech Swimbait here. To give you a size comparison, here's the 2.4 inch that a lot of us use. This is the one I use the most, little 2.4 inch on a jig head. Here's the 7-inch size next to it. It's just absolutely massive compared to how big it is next to it, 7 inches long. And guys, there are situations where they will hammer this big 7-inch Keitech, and we're going to talk about that in today's video here. Also guys, I will put that big Keitech link and my tackle warehouse link in the description of the video here. If you guys would like to order a couple packs of them, I'll show you guys how to set them up, how to rig them, and all that type of stuff. We'll talk about all that, where to fish them at. Definitely think it's going to be some good action for you guys over the next year if you really focus on this thing. When the conditions are right for it, it'll catch you some big fish. And also guys, real quick, I want to remind you, you guys heard me talking about this new Cast King ALTI bait cast reel. This is brand new. Just got one about a week ago, guys. They have got a big sale going on this thing right now, just until the end of March. We got 3 more days left. You can get it $199. It's regularly $229. And also they gave me a promo code called, it's called Randy10 as a promo code, another 10% off. So you get 10% off with my code and you know, saving $30 with the sale they got on. I'll put the Cast King link in the description that you can order it from there. Guys, you'll love this. Featherweight, this thing is light as a feather, 11 ball bearings, a full titanium spool on it. It's got this vortex, magnetic braking system that you basically can't backlash it. I just love this thing. So if you guys are interested, that sale's going on for the next couple days there. Okay guys, big honking 7-inch Keitech. A lot of people probably don't even know they make a bait this big, but this is very similar to like the size of a Megabass Mag Draft. It was the predecessor. This thing was out even before Mag Draft. And there's several different situations, well actually not several, there's 2 main situations where this thing will work really good at that I want to talk about here. The first one, it's a really good structure bait if you're fishing deeper structure, like in the summertime, like ledges and drop-offs, and you just put like a half-ounce head on it, just like a half-ounce swim bait head, just like you would, with a regular big swim bait, and just crawl it, along the bottom for those structure fish. But the main thing where this thing works really good in is fishing it shallow. With just an EWG hook like this, just same way that you always, do with your EWGs, very simple. And this is the technique I want to talk about in today's video, is just rigging it on that EWG hook, just like that. And you're going to fish this thing around shallow targets. That's where it's going to shine at more than anything else. When you rig it with the EWG, it's going to be super weedless. You can fish it around lily pads, shallow grass, in and around thick cover. I've caught good ones before rigging it like this, and say there'll be a laydown tree in the water. I'll pitch it inside that laydown tree and run it through the limbs, trying to keep it about that far into the water. But the thing that I want to clue you in on this, guys, this is a really good bait in the springtime of the year. April and May is where this thing shines. So what I like to do with it is I put it on my flipping stick, because it does weigh about an ounce. By the time you got the hook in there, put it on my flipping stick. I usually got 17 to 20 pound test Seagarn Bizzix fluorocarbon line, and I just burn the bank with it. And I'll just throw it out there. I'll fish it on bare banks. If there's a dock, I'll throw it next to it. If there's any cover in the water, a log or a stump or something, just throw it out there and keep it in sight. This is a clear water bait. You're not going to catch many fish on it in dirty water. So I want water visibility of at least 3 foot. Ideally, I like 3 to 5 foot of visibility. And I get into those areas where I think those fish are moving up to spawn, and I just fish everything in there. I'll start, say for example, I get into a nice spawning cove or a big area where I think they're spawning. I'll shut my boat down at the point leading into that cove, and I'll cover everything. I'll just throw it to the bank, hold my rod tip high with that flipping stick, and just reel it sort of like a medium fast retrieve just under the surface of the water like that. And it's got that big wagon paddle tail on there. And the thing that's a little bit different is the Mag Draft is a great bait in the springtime of the year, but this big Keitech is a little bit more subtle than a Mag Draft. The Mag Draft is a bigger chunk of plastic, and it just looks different. There's something about the Keitech with the ribbed on there, almost like it's a big worm with a paddle tail. that they just really, really like it. Now, like anything else, guys, it's going to be better if you got some type of a little bit of wind and low light conditions. Let me throw you the perfect scenario out there, and then you can catch fish on either side of this. But if I was to say, tell me exactly when I need to throw it. Number one, it would be when the water temperatures are between 60 and 70 degrees, which is usually April and May. Number two, I'd want 3 to 5 foot of water clarity, pretty clear water. Number three, I want some type of wind breaking up the surface. It doesn't have to be a lot of wind. I just don't want a calm condition. Ideally, something like a 10-mile-an-hour wind would be perfect. And fourth, it helps if you've got at least 75% overcast. Doesn't have to be completely cloudy, but maybe the sun's behind a cloud 75% of the day, or you got a hazy condition, or in the morning, some type of lower light condition. And when you get those conditions in the springtime of the year, guys, those big fish will hammer this thing. And of course, you can catch them on, it's not, you don't have to have that exact set of circumstances to catch them, but that's the best. And another thing I'll do with it that I like is I take that chartreuse dye and I'll put a little puff of chartreuse on the tail there. It just adds up a little bit more color. Sometimes I'll take my chartreuse marking pen and I'll go down the side of it there too, especially if it's cloudy. But main thing, I just wanted to clue you in on this. This is just sort of a bait you don't see much anymore. 7-inch Keitech Swimbait. Caught a lot of good fish on it, and especially in the springtime of the year. And give it a try, man. If you want to add another bait to your arsenal, it might have to catch some good ones. That's definitely one you want to have in there. But again, guys, I'll put that Tackle Warehouse link in the description if you guys like to order a few packs, and really appreciate that, and talk later.